Yeah, now that we've discussed all of those chunky topics, let's try to become a little zen and spiritual and ask ourselves, can we survive without closure? Are human beings engineered to, or even if we are engineered to thrive on
Mhm.
closure, can we reprogram our minds and let go of that? Which is sort of an interesting stage
I
because
mean, I
you
think
have
this might be a spectrum thing. Like we all are on a spectrum of like understanding and acceptance, right? Like some
whoa,
people.
big word, please break it down. What spectrum? Is this the 4G spectrum? What are we talking about?
Oh, no. कौन सा spectrum? Is this that infrared spectrum? What am I talking? Oh, no, no. So,
Right.
so
Break it down
no.
for us dummies.
I mean, I'm talking about like a scale, right? Like just if you take like at on one end, there's a person who is able to move on very easily to the other
Mhm.
end, who is the person that who's like not at all able to leave that topic alone, and like they can't
Ah,
leave without having some amount of reasoning behind it, and then we all
okay.
fall in between somewhere, right? And that's what
Okay,
I
so
mean by a spectrum.
like people who really need 4 cups of coffee a day versus people who drink tea.
Yeah, like that's one way of putting it.
Okay,
But
fair.
yeah, so basically, like it's between those two aspects of like the extremes, and we always fall somewhere in between. Nobody's
Yeah,
perfectly one way or
yeah,
the other, right?
correct. So surviving without closure probably be the other end of the game. Like as people, we've always been on this end of the scale, which is always
Yeah.
like psychoanalyzing every freaking thing and like calling up to your boss and your ex and your friend and like why. If you
uh
if you call up and ask people, that's great because I think most people don't even take that step. It's just them versus them.
mhm.
But if you're like most people, you're on the other side of the spectrum where closure is a must. But is it really possible if we can be on the other side of the spectrum? And that's where sort of spirituality comes in. And you have a lot of interesting perspectives here. You have someone called Eckhart Tolle. Uh, I don't know if I'm muttering the way his name's pronounced, but this dude
Maybe
is an
we can kind of
extremely,
give an
yeah. If
in
if
the,
if
maybe in
we
the
if we
article we'll write or something like
Yeah,
that.
if
We can
we
put it
fucked
there.
up his pronunciation, please disown
Yeah,
us and tell us that we did a bad job. And we will look down with dog eyes and dog ears and
yeah.
like, sorry,
It's
you
just
won't
like
do that
all
again.
drooping down with the sad
Yeah, like,
face,
oh,
everything.
we
The
made
whole
you sad.
shebang, huh? Like
Yeah,
it's just gonna be
the
that
whole
way.
the whole jing bang.
Yeah.
So he says, Eckhart Tolle says that, I mean, he's got a book that's called The Power of Now. It's basically a few hundred pages on him just telling you, dude and dudettes, just be present.
Hmm.
Be in the present moment because nothing apart from this right now, the words that I'm saying exist. The words that I said a few seconds ago are fiction because they are in the past, and the words that I will be saying 5 minutes from now are again fiction because they're in the future. So the whole essence of his teaching is that be absolutely present in the moment that is the now, and there will be no bigger power. So in a way, if you look at,
Whoa, dude. Sounds like you just had a blunt and just spoke out about everything.
yeah, like sober high field.
Super
So
high feels, bro. Like, what is
well,
this?
Sora means the highest high.
This just sounds like one of those sayings like people like, bro, bro, the thing I
Bro,
said
my
before
God,
was in the past and is a
bro.
fictional thing.
Yeah, that that
But no. Like,
dude.
jokes
Yeah,
aside, like what you're saying is
jokes
very
aside.
true. We like it's
Yeah,
very important to be in the present for sure.
yeah. I mean, and if you look at it that way, you wouldn't need closure because let's say a relationship ended, or you lost your job, or let's say your
You're not
best
able
friend.
to like cope with your own changes within your head, right?
Yeah,
Like,
like you
yeah.
thought you were a person and wake up one day and you're not that
I think Z, you're an example in this matter because you kind
person.
of changed yourself so
A
much.
roller coaster of change. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, this past year has just been me trying to not take myself too
Oh, I
seriously.
wouldn't. I wouldn't just say this past year. I think it's like you started off by
Maybe
not
yeah,
taking yourself seriously,
yeah,
got into the
right.
zone of taking yourself very seriously,
Oh
and
yeah,
now you're getting back to the zone of not taking yourself.
I
So you're
know,
kind
right?
of questioning your own ideas in a way. Like,
Yeah, so
but
I'm trying to like
yeah.
tell myself that I am not one single person because I think most of us are extremely invested in who we are, and we keep feeding into that idea of an identity.
Yeah,
And if you're John Doe and then you wear only darker colors and your hair is a particular way and you only wear Old Spice because everything else is less manly, or you're Jane Doe, for you
yeah,
blues and violets and blacks are the only combination you want to
yeah.
wear, and you've got to have your eyes in a particular way, or your
You've gotta do everything in a particular way. You gotta do your
yeah,
routine every day.
yeah. So
Like,
you're probably
yeah,
invested so hard
yeah,
in your identity. And what you don't realize is that even though you think you're invested so hard, you're already multiple people. I mean,
yeah.
really ask yourself, the person behind closed doors in a room alone, which is you, versus the person in front of the guy or girl that you're trying to impress, versus the person with your childhood friends, versus the person, let's say, on an online texting platform. Do you think you're the same person, or do you think you slightly
I think
re
we all have different personas for different
right?
places.
So
If
if
I'm
you are wearing
really
different
honest.
clothes at every different point
Yeah.
of time, like literally and
I mean, I
metaphorically.
mean, in a way, you think about whenever you're going out with people, you'll dress up a lot. Like,
Yeah,
you'll
right,
make yourself look the best
right.
because you want to be like, I want to present that part of myself.
And you dress up your psyche as well, you dress up your
Yeah,
identity as
yeah,
well. So I mean, you already are multiple people. And I don't know, dude, does it feel like a tangent? We were supposed to talk about can we survive without closure?
yeah. No, so
How
I
is it
that's why I
connected?
wanted to ask you this
I say
because
that.
you've
Sober high.
been through. Yeah, you're
Sober
super high.
high.
You're
Okay.
sober high, but not sober high
Super
because
high. Yeah.
no, I meant sober high. I mean
Yeah. Oh
some
my
Bombay
God.
high.
Oh God.
Anyway,
Yes.
uh, but that's a high we can talk about some other day.
Yeah. Some other day.
but for you, were you able to explain it? Did you need to explain it to yourself that you want to take yourself seriously, or you don't want to take yourself seriously anymore, or was it a very natural progression for you? Because that's where
To
the
be
closure
very
part
honest,
comes in, right? Like,
to be very
uh,
honest, it was
yeah,
a manual process. I really had to shake myself from the shoulders.
and you had to
And
give yourself the reasons, right? I'm
yep,
sure.
yep. So I needed closure. I needed to tell myself that you are doing things in a way
Hmm.
that why? I mean, is it really making you
Yeah,
happy? Or are you doing these things because that's your idea of how things are supposed to be done? And I realized that
yeah,
if what I'm doing isn't really kind of joy, why am I? And if I hate coffee, why
exactly.
do I drink coffee?
Yeah.
But I
I
love
mean, if
coffee,
you
so
hate something, like, what is the reason you're doing it, right? Like, is it because
yeah.
you're forced to do it? Is it because you feel like it's something you're kind of obligated to do? You know,
Yeah.
it could be anything. Other than that, like, I feel like for you the answer was like you needed it. But if you look back on it, do you
Hmm.
think you could do it without the self explanations and the need for that closure?
I might have done it over a longer period. I don't want
So
to
it
say I
would
would have
have been a
wasted more
very
time.
long process for you.
Yeah, the process would have been longer. So yeah, but I mean, I don't know if that really proves
No, I
whether
mean,
we
I'm not trying to
need
prove
closure
anything
or
here.
not.
It's
No, no,
just
I'm just like openly thinking, like, like there
yeah,
you have this other side of the spectrum that says that, hey, you know what, you don't need closure. You just need to be
yeah.
all zen and accept that things were and now things aren't. Um,
Maybe the
I
closure itself is in a spectrum, right? Maybe like
yeah,
for some things you can let go very easily, while for some you kind of do require it, like
yeah. I mean, like,
genuinely
if you're throwing out a pair of socks is not a big decision for most people.
do. I
I
mean,
still
if
have
you're not a hoarder, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not a hoarder. Do you know anyone who's a hoarder? It's not like I have socks for my sixth grade still
Yeah,
with
yeah.
me
It's not
that
like
have
it's not like I
CO2 on
have my
them.
old PS2 kept somewhere, just
Yeah,
because
they're
even
not
though
so
it's wasting around,
expensive.
it's
Yeah,
yeah, it's not there. It's not. It's okay.
yeah,
I've given it away. I've given it away.
yeah,
It's not like
right?
we have our cards from old like our old Duel
Yeah,
Master Pokemon cards and
yeah.
all that. It's not like we
No,
can't give it
no,
away.
no, yeah. I'm none of that. So
No,
that just goes on to say that, in some spaces we absolutely don't need closure because you
yeah,
being those things is not so important in life, but in some spaces closure is as crucial as breathing, right? Like you
Yeah.
run out of air if you don't get it.